Major landforms. Our Earth consists of various physical features that make it a beautiful place to live in. As we know, 1/4 of the Earth's surface is covered by land, and this land on the Earth's surface is not the same everywhere. Some places are high while others are low. Some areas have water bodies like rivers, oceans and seas. Some lands on the Earth are covered with thick forests, while others are dry and barren, known as deserts. All such variations found in the physical features of the Earth are known as landforms. The various landforms play an important role in the climate, weather, ecosystem, and life on the Earth. The landforms were formed due to several natural processes and weather conditions, such as erosion, wind, rain, ice, frost, and chemical actions. Earthquakes and volcanoes also contribute to the various physical features formed on the surface of the Earth. Following are the major landforms on the Earth: mountains, plateaus, plains, river basins, sea and coastal plains, islands. Mountains. The highest landform on the Earth's surface is the mountain. The mountains are broader at the base and narrow and steep at the top. The top steep portion of the mountain is known as the peak. Often mountains are formed due to the strong forces on the Earth, such as volcanic eruptions. Mount Everest, situated in Nepal, is the highest peak in the world. It measures 8,848 meters, that is 29,029 feet above sea level, and is a part of Himalayan ranges that runs across Asia. Mountains can also be found deep under the ocean, and the tip of the mountain that emerges on the surface of the ocean forms the island. The Mariana Trench, the deepest landform on the Earth, is in the South Pacific Ocean. A chain of mountains is known as a mountain range, which usually extend to several kilometers. The climate in the mountains is different from that in the plains. Often the temperature at the higher altitude is lower than it is in the lower altitude. Mountains play an important role in the distribution of rainfall of the region they are situated in. Rainfall takes place when the cloud strikes the mountains. The side of the mountain where the rainfall occurs is known as the windward side of the mountain, and the side which is deprived of rainfall is known as the leeward side. Since the side of the mountain is steep and sloppy, not much land is available for agriculture. Terrace farming is often practiced here, in which land is cut into steps or terraces to grow crops. This type of farming helps in water retention, which is important for agriculture. Not many people live in the mountains because of the hard and tough life of the mountains. Hence, the population is substantially low as compared to other regions. Animal rearing is the main occupation of the people living here. Some of the tribes that reside in the mountains are Gaddi, Bakarwal, and Bhutia tribes. In summer, they migrate to higher altitudes and come back to lower valleys in winters. Mountains are also rich in flora and fauna. A great variety of plants and animals are found here. No more. The Mauna Kea mountain in the Pacific Ocean is 10,205 meters high from the bottom of the sea, but most of its part is submerged in the sea. Plateaus. A plateau is an elevated area and has a flat or leveled land on its top. A plateau has steep slopes on its sides. They are also known as the high plains or tablelands. Low plateaus make up good farming regions, whereas high plateaus are usually grasslands that are considered great for grazing livestock like sheep, goat and cattle. Most of the world's highest plateaus are deserts. Plateaus have rich mineral deposits like iron, gold, copper, gold, etc. Plateaus cover approximately 45% of the Earth's land surface. Some of the plateaus in the world are Deccan Plateau in India, Tibetan Plateau, Columbia Plateau of United States, Western Plateau of Australia, etc. Plains. Plains are low-lying and flat surface of the land. Most of the plains have been formed by the deposition of sediments brought down by rivers. About 55% of the Earth's land surface is plains. Plains are usually well populated because the soil and terrain are good for farming, and roads and railways are easily built between rural towns and cities. Because of the fertile soil and flat surface, the means of irrigation and agriculture can easily be developed. Therefore, the plains are known as the food basket of the world. Moreover, because of the dense population, there are enough laborers for cultivation as well as for working in the industries. Easy means of transportation on land and the growth of agriculture and industries in the plains have resulted in the setting up and expansion of cities and towns. An example of plains in India is the Ganga-Brahmaputra plains. River basins. River basin is the area of land where river and its tributaries flow. The streams of water that flow on the surface of the earth are known as rivers. Rivers often originate in mountains, flow down in the plains, and finally merge into the sea. Some rivers are perennial that flow throughout the year. For example, Ganga, Yamuna, etc. While some rivers are seasonal and flow only in the rainy season, like Luni River of western Rajasthan. Ganga Basin is one such example of river basin which is drained by River Ganga and its tributaries. No more. Do you know what we call the place surrounded by water on three sides? This place is called a peninsula. For example, southern India. Sea and coastal plains. A sea is a large body of salty water which is partly or wholly surrounded by land. Many small seas form large bodies of water known as oceans. The main four oceans on the earth are the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. The seas and oceans have a world of their own that is rich in life. The sea is an essential aspect of human trade, travel, mineral extraction, and power generation. The land near the sea is called its coast. The places situated in the coastal areas are great tourist hubs. As there is abundance of marine life in the sea, fishing is the main occupation of people living here. Agriculture is also practiced here, but on a small scale. Islands. An area of land surrounded by water on all four sides is called an island. An island can be located in rivers, lakes, seas or oceans and is an attractive tourist destination. Andaman Nicobar Islands are an example of islands situated in the Bay of Bengal. In fact, the continent of Australia is also an island. Islands are usually formed due to volcanic activities. A large group of islands close to each other form an archipelago. The Lakshadweep Islands are an example of archipelago. The largest archipelago in the world is Indonesia, whereas Majuli Island, Brahmaputra River in Assam is the largest riverine island in the world. So, all the above mentioned landforms collectively add to the beauty of the earth, and all such variations in the physical features of the earth's surface are an integral part of the biosphere of the earth.